Anybody know?
Yes, Jess, let me see.
What's the question?
Let's see if we can.
The dial-in audio phone number for this call, what is it?
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, that's key. Let's see. Copy. One of these, if you copy it, gives you the information.
Where are you in chat?
Nope, that's not the right one.
Yeah.
Copy invite link.
No, that's not it either.
Nope, that's not it. Okay, hold on. I can find it. No, maybe.
I can deal with it. It's just easier if I can just plug it in and hear it without my family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I totally get that. I will find it. Hold on. It's somewhere in here. Right.
Yeah, I don't even have an option. Like on mine, I don't have an option to share. I don't think.
Under participants,
Invite.
you can copy invitation.
Yeah. Did you already do that though?
Yeah, it's just a link.
I wonder if it's because it's a personal room and it's not like a regular Zoom link. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But usually it does show you.
I'll just log into Zoom and see if I can pull it up that way. It might pull it up that way.
Yeah, if you just copy the invitation from your personal link again, it should show all that information with the audio link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do that up here. Like I'm in the Zoom app.
I think sometimes when you set up the call, you can add dial in or just online or something. I feel like that's an option.
Let me see.
Yeah.
But if it's already set up, it's done. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't think you can go back and fix it without hanging up on everybody.
Well, we will figure this out.
Don't even worry about it. Just do your thing and I'll sit here in the background and I'll mute until so you don't hear everybody screaming in the background.
Yeah.
Well, we don't hear anything at this point. You've got a quiet house right now.
Good.
You want the dial?
Hi, Deanna.
What'd you say, Lily?
Oh, I said, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good Monday.
Yeah, my parents are visiting in 2 days and we haven't seen them in almost 2 years. So it'll be pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They haven't, Jack's
exciting.
grown at least 8 inches, I think, since they saw him. So that'll be pretty insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
How long are they staying for?
2 weeks. My friend has a condo that they rent while they're here. So they get to stay somewhere else too, because our house is tiny. So there's no shot we could all stay together and still remain a family.
I know how that is.
Oh. Hey, Kim. Hey, Melanie.
Kim, did we get
Alright.
did we get the answers for the containerizing of the peanut noodles in a way that everybody was happy, or?
Oh, sure. I think so. I mean, I think it was funny that we both posted it. Sorry about
It
that.
was funny. I'm like, wait, I just answered this. I'm posting.
Well, we were talking about it and I was like, let me ask Deanna. And so then I, the expert, and then but I wanted to take a stab at it first. And it's hard. It was hard to tell. I mean, but I think we all figured about the same, except I knew that there were probably more teaspoons and more blues.
Yeah. And I wonder, it probably isn't even Fix approved, just because of the rice noodles and,
Oh, I didn't know that.
well, that's my guess. And there was some added sugars in things. I forgot to look at how much added sugar there was.
rice noodles aren't acceptable. I didn't know that.
Well, I don't know if they're on the list or not. Honestly, I haven't looked for them on the yellow container list.
Can't
I've
even-
never seen them.
Yeah, I doubt they would be. There's really nothing to them.
I would
But-
I would consider that to still be rice. I would
Right,
consider
like white
the-
rice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look and see what the added sugar was. That's another one that can kick things off.
Are you looking at the peanut tofu noodle stir fry?
Yes.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
For
it
some
doesn't
reason-
say, it doesn't say
Yeah.
what the added sugar is.
Yeah, I was surprised how high the fat was when I saw that. I was like,
Well, not really. It's got coconut milk and peanut butter. And I bet it's pretty well sauced. So
Two of my favorite things.
She said
Sounds
Right?
amazing.
I mean, it's gonna taste good, I'm sure.
it's
That
part of
sounds
the
amazing.
meal delivery plan that they've gotten. She loves it. She says all the food's been really delicious.
Yeah, I mean, you just work it in. If that's gonna work well, or maybe you just have a little less of it, because 400 and some calories for a serving, maybe you only have half of that and then have some veggies with it, or something like that. So you're not getting quite the concentration of calories in one meal. Because it's like you got to figure out what works too. If this meal prep works for them, and they're less stressed in their life in general, then
Yeah. You could always add more vegetables and cut the portion down. So
totally.
I
Hey,
did hear
Jess,
we're
you
having
wanna-
biscuits and gravy on our next cooking class, right, Jess?
We're doing what?
Our family's raving about our biscuits and gravy, and I was like, well, I guess we're gonna have to learn how to make that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's made like I always use maple sauce.
You're frozen. You're so cute, but I can't understand what you're saying.
I know. I accidentally kicked my cord. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I accidentally kicked my
Yes.
cord and it was like going to my laptop, going to my dual monitors. So it's recording too, so we're good. It automatically records when I sign in, so we're good. No, my family, we always make biscuits and gravy with maple sausage, and so we put that in instead of just breakfast sausage, and that's like to die for. It's so good. That's the
Yeah.
secret ingredient.
Have you tried the Fixate sausage? The Fixate breakfast sausage, not the Italian sausage, because now I know that there's multiple sausages.
I have not, but that sounds really smart.
Well, so this is the second Mother's Day that my husband has made it for me. It is phenomenal. Like, I mean, it is so good. Yeah, the boys are like, they absolutely love it. And yeah, it's so
Do you
good.
use pork?
No,
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
turkey.
a huge pork fan, but that's all I can ever find. So
yeah, no, it's turkey. But you do use maple syrup. So
Ooh,
it does have a maple, flavor to it.
yeah.
And it, yeah, fresh ground or fresh chopped, not ground, fresh chopped rosemary and sage.
Yum. That sounds good.
It's really good.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks, guys.
for me, I have to find recipes that I like but aren't that good. Like I loved that mac, like that hamburger helper type mac, but I ate like 3 servings, so that doesn't, I can never make that again. Like it doesn't matter.
I bet we eat that once a week right now. It's so freaking good. But I have a giant pile of broccoli in my bowl that I eat first before I go into the noodles while the noodles are cooling. And then I'm totally full.
Kim, you posted,
There's my secret.
Kim, you posted a picture of that and I was like, oh yeah, we're having that this week.
Oh, it was delicious.
Yeah,
It was really good. And
Yeah,
it
Jack's
was,
making it tonight because he knows how to make it. So
it's easy to make. It's in
Right.
one pot, which is great. And yeah, I was thinking, where's the vegetable I need with this? So broccoli did pop into my head. I just didn't execute it.
Oh, when I made
I'm-
those cookie dough Shakeology balls too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
no,
were really good.
yeah.
My husband even liked them.
Those are great snacks for late at night when you got to have something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those were really good.
Nice. I love all the recipes that are coming back around after our food prep class. It's awesome. Well, let's get the night started. Who would like to share some wins from the week? I know that there's some wins in the group. I've already seen some successes from Deanna.
Got my success club in, so that's good. I wanted to get it done before my parents got here. The bummer is I should have SE8, but one of my share carts, when she purchased it, it went to another coach, but she didn't switch anything to go to another coach, and she used my link because it shows in my share cart that she purchased it from me, but it says in it she chose another coach. I know, isn't that weird? So so she's gonna have to switch back to me within 14 days for me to get the credit. But
I've actually had that happen before.
kind of annoying.
And yeah.
Well, you used to not be able to do that at all. Like you had to have the person switch before you had them purchase. So it's definitely something, I think it was an oversight when they created ShareCart, to be honest. Because yeah, it used to be, and you would have to wait until that change had been made, or then there was possibility of it not going to you, and it would delay like you getting credit. It would go to the other coach first, and then they'd have to like reverse that and then put it on you. It was quite the mess, to be honest.
The nice thing is though that ShareCart says it in there. So otherwise I would have no idea that she even completed the order. But it is nice then that you can see what happened at least, because I wouldn't see it in my back office. But then there's some weird things that have happened during the last 2 days. Beachbody emailed me to say I had a new customer that transferred to me, and she's nowhere to be found in my back office. And then I had a lead that was a challenge pack that when I go in to look at her information, it says there's an error and it's blank, yet the order is still showing days later in my, customer orders. So it's like there's a glitch somewhere that happened, and it's like the ties are not happening. So I may just go to customer service and find out, like, did this other gal really switch to me? Because it's like an emailer, because I can't find her.
That happened to me before. I got an email that said I had a new customer and I couldn't find her. So I don't know.
It's so weird. So I don't know if there was some kind of vortex that happened in the last couple days. And
Was it on the 5th?
No, I
I
think
had that.
Well, it could have been. What day was that? Was it on Wednesday? That Wednesday?
Last
Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, because I had that happen too. I have somebody that purchased a challenge pack, and it shows that it was purchased and then credited and then purchased again, and then but no information. Like when I go in to see it, there's no like points assigned, and I can't find any information on it all.
Huh.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
So.
But I have the opposite.
Well,
I have somebody who said they canceled, and yet her everything's still showing accurate, and like that she never canceled. So
I had somebody cancel that I didn't ever have. That was like, do you remember that? I swear I was on a call with you at some point, Jess, and I was like, oh, so I got an email that I had a client cancel, but I've never had this client before.
yeah, I remember.
I don't know who this is.
I do remember.
Yeah, that was like a couple weeks ago. Random.
All right, who has some more wins? Yes, Robin.
I have a SC2.
Woo!
Yay!
And I had a BOD renewal and Let's Get Up, just the streaming version. So
That's awesome.
Oh, and I got my 9-week control freak shirt too.
Nice.
Yay.
What's the limit for putting in on that? I still haven't done it.
Oh, you've got time. I just did the medals for, actually, that's my thing. I submitted mine and my husband's 30-day breakaway things so that we can get our medals, without realizing that now I have to wait another 30 days before I can submit our 9-week control freak. What?
I think the 9-week control freak said May 31st.
Okay, that makes sense.
I
It's
hope
usually
not.
right around the time it releases.
I hope not, because then I won't be able to do it.
I can't believe you could submit for the medals because I thought that was over a long time ago.
Mm-mm. And it's May 31st.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, good job submitting.
Thanks. I don't know, maybe I can get them to let me submit again for 9-week control freak. I don't know.
Maybe.
What's the one for Let's Get Up? I was looking for that. I didn't see anything.
I haven't
I don't
seen
think they
anything yet.
announced anything.
Oh, they haven't.
I don't think they've announced anything that you get anything specific. So
Well, you should.
I know. Well, Sean
Yeah.
T will sell you all of his awesome revealing clothing that you want.
Some of his shorts, I was like, okay.
Oh, the shorts he's wearing himself.
Yeah.
I know there was the one with the big slit up the side. I was like, please, like, and then the next time he wore it with shorts underneath. But like the first time I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, like trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim, what was your win?
Oh, I was waving for Robin, but I got SC2. I have SC2. It seems
That's
like a long time
awesome.
ago. But I don't know what
Congratulations.
day the month it is or whatever, but
I lied about Success Club 3, so I apologize. I had a retention point email and then I never got the point. So I'm at 2. Just
Bummer.
fine. Oh yeah, good stuff. You guys, I'm a hot mess lately. I'm trying to go for a management position at my work, and so it's like taking all my brain power, and I don't know how people like have a real full-time job where they actually work like their 8-hour day and do Beachbody, because I've always been able to weave Beachbody in throughout my day. This is exhausting. It's exhausting. So kudos to anybody who does that, or yeah, it's crazy.
Well, we're looking to you guys to tell us that's so easy. We could totally do this.
Well, you can. I'm just not that organized, apparently, as I'm trying to do my Success Club tracker right now because I really want to win the vacation. But speaking
Well,
of the
Big Success
vacation,
Club at all. So I just hit Emerald, I think last month or something. So that's all I've done.
but that's amazing.
not
That's
an
good,
all.
though.
huge milestone.
That's
I know
Awesome.
it's big for me, but for like in comparison, it's not like I don't even know what it means. I just know I am.
It's really awesome. It's really, really awesome. And it's not a jest, because it means that you recruited 2 people to join you. So that's awesome.
Even if they're people in your family, because
Yes.
that
That was mine. That was
because
mine,
there
for sure.
are a lot of people that can't get their family behind them and
Right.
can't get them to join them, and so that is a big deal, and it does mean that you're moving your business forward. So that is something to be very proud of, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Delia just surprised me for wanting to join in, but my biggest, I would say, win has nothing to do with like rank advancement, was that getting my sister to actually get involved, which I think I can thank Delia a lot for, because my sister, my blood sister, just was always like, don't tag me, don't do that, don't. And then all of a sudden she started like getting curious, and then Delia joined, and then Delia started encouraging her too. And I was like, look at her, she's actually doing something. So that's kind of my big win for now. It's like I finally got my sister doing it, which is interesting, because I remember Autumn saying in 80 Day Obsession that it took her sister like 4 years to like jump on board with her. Does anybody remember that? I was like,
Yeah.
huh, okay.
Her
Yeah,
sister just
she
won
just won
something.
one
Yeah.
of the trips to Riviera Maya.
Yeah. Okay. I was just
Cali-
gonna say that my friend who lives like 40 minutes from me won the Riviera Maya trip. Her best friend who also lives 40 minutes from me just won the same trip. So it's legit and it's totally doable. I can't believe they both won. I'm so jealous. But also inspired and motivated. So do your tracker. Do your tracker.
Yes, do your tracker for sure. And you only have to do it once a week to get an entry. I mean, that there was a whole bunch of, I'll put this in the group, but I actually went to the Western region and they have it all up here, but there are 3 ways to get entries. You can get 10 BOD group invites. You can do 1 new participant to be active in the BOD group. Let's see, and then 50% or more filled out digital active tracker completed. That's it. So 50% or more of 1 day. That's it. So to be put in the pile and all month long. And then Kevin Shaw said this morning that they throw everybody out for last month and then started a new month. So yeah.
The
So you
month
have a
or the
chance
week?
to win. You still
I mean,
tonight.
What do you
He
mean,
said
the
the
month or
month.
the week? So they just keep the adding
He
people?
said the month.
I wonder if they do that because they're just doing the bike.
yeah.
monthly? So then everybody stays in to have a chance at the bike.
How much are they?
Wow.
I don't think
I'll
it's
think
an
about it.
exact.
I'm not
dollar.
sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought they were like 1,200. We have one, but I don't remember how much we paid.
Yeah, I think that's about the price point I saw, 12 to 1,500. And then I'm
It
assuming
It was $12.99 for the,
the mix.
yeah, no, because there's a plus one that comes with all the weights and whatnot, and that's like a little bit more, like an extra $100 or $200. With the, so it's $12.99 for the basic because we are looking at the Mother's Day one, and if he were to get that one, my husband, I mean, it would have been under $1,000 before tax and whatever. So the plus one was $14.99. And that just comes with the weights and the kettlebell and all that extra stuff that almost all of us have. So
Is that a coach price? I wonder if once they launch it and we merge, if we get cheaper.
and that was just on the ad price, that all the ads I see pop up.
Do we know
I'm sure we'd get a coach price because
Yeah.
they want us all to get it,
Mhm.
and then we can market it. So
Right.
I wonder if they're gonna make it so that you can have a payment program.
oh, maybe.
Probably.
Actually, we do through a firm.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
And I'm kind of hoping that Beachbody says, hey, we're going to retro this back to when we announced it.
Well, the 19th they're announcing. So at
Well,
least
no,
new
I mean
product,
like
so
to
we'll see.
us. Like I bought it because they said, oh, we're merging. I'm like, yay. So I got it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we find out on the 19th
Mhm.
about the new product and about everything else that's going on with the company. So does anybody have any other wins to share?
Lily, you're the last one.
Well, so I logged in this morning, actually last night, and it said diamond on my profile. So,
All right.
so I was like, oh my God, what does that mean? And my husband's like, what? I'm like, I said, it says diamond. I don't know what that means, but I'm super excited. And obviously I couldn't do it without my team. So there's no way to get there without everybody else and all of you. So thank you so much for
That's
all the
awesome.
motivation.
That's awesome. So exciting.
Lily, they
Yeah,
announced you on this morning's call.
I know. I heard it this morning. It was so cool. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my name. So yeah, it was super cool. So
I was listening, but I must have not been listening very well because I couldn't hear you. Although on Facebook, I saw your name was on, like watching.
oh yeah. So it was, you always, you know, I've watched those Monday morning wake up calls for a long time and always, you know, wanted to see your name up there and hear your name being called. And so it was super cool to hear it. So
Good. That's awesome.
but
Good
yeah,
job.
so thank you. Thanks. But yeah, so thanks for pushing me, Deanna and Jess and all you guys, and Melanie, thanks for being on the team, and Robin, and you know, you guys all push each other, and I love the camaraderie and the teamwork that we all do together. And you know, when one of us gets SC2, for me at least, you know, it makes me want to push harder and help more people, and I'm sure it does for you guys. So just being a part of team and having everybody work towards that goal of helping people is awesome and very helpful. So it's very cool that we have what we have. So on that note, did anybody listen to the wake up call this morning and have any insights on what it was about? What the
I need
takeaway?
to do more on educating my new customers on Shakeology. That's one thing I took away from it.
I agree.
I felt that even before listening to it. I was like, I find it to be like, because I think, was it you, Deanna, that said to do the precision nutrition or whatever? The
Oh, yeah.
certification? I'm in that, but at the same time, I'm like, I haven't really gotten far, but I'm in it. I'm like doing it. And I'm like, it's so important for all these like nutritional value and the quality of the product and stuff. But I'm like, how do you relay that to people without them like glazing over and like wanting to know more and all this stuff? And it was, that call was good for that, I think. So, but I have I found a video that Carl had done, which is like 8 minutes long, but it goes into like the detail and all this stuff. And they don't even have like, I think it was like something like ginkgo in the shake because they didn't find the best quality they could find, which I'm like, that's pretty impressive, you know? Instead of just getting a less than perfect product, they just don't put it in because it's not good enough. So
That's what they said about vanilla. That's why it took so long for them to get vanilla, the vanilla that they wanted.
yeah.
Yeah, I was at the summit when they brought out tropical strawberry, vegan tropical strawberry, and they said like that at that point they said everybody's been asking for vanilla. Well, we're not bringing it to you yet because we can't find a good quality sourced vanilla that's going to be strong enough that will cover up the taste of everything else that's in it, basically, because there's just so much in Shakeology.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
I thought it was really interesting that, and I do that a lot. I pull the bag out and like look at the proprietary BEMs that are on it and all the information. And you know, a lot of times when I'm trying to formulate a post about Shakeology, I'll pull something off of the back of the bag because I know I can use it because it's, you know, on the bag and it's out there in print and I'm not making up something that I think might be true. But I know for me, it's educating people that it's not just a protein drink and that it's so much more. I thought it was really interesting that one of the gals talked about, you know, educating people on how to actually mix it and blend it. And that's such a simple step that I think I forget sometimes. Like, come on, don't you just know how to do it? Like, but I've been drinking it for 5+ years, so I guess I know how. So that was one step that I need to get better on, and actually like sharing how I blend my shake and what I put in it exactly.
It's true. I had somebody that just mixed it in water with a spoon once, and I was like, "What?" You know?
Did they say that it was chunky?
Oh,
I
they said
had
it was
that.
gross,
We're
and
from the
they-
one that mixed it with the spoon, and she was like, "It was awful. It was chunky," and I'm like, "Because you didn't follow the recipe and what I told you to do." I'm like, Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was pretty awful because it was also like the original chocolate like whey formula. So like 10, 11 years ago that she did that, which it didn't taste as good as it does now.
I had someone tell me they were shaking it and drinking it. They're like, why doesn't it taste good? I'm like, it's not a shake weight. Like, so I sent them like a gif of a shake weight. I'm like, this is not what it is. You have to, I'm like, blend it with something. It's so gross.
I was in my old team, if we want to call it a team. It wasn't really, but anyways, we had a group that was, she did a 30-day Shakeology group, and she put out different posts about all the different things that are in Shakeology, and did a little write-up. So I've been stealing from that group, and I've been doing little posts out there to let people know what we have in Shakeology and what is so good about it. So just because I thought it would be good. So
Yeah, all those ingredients that are popping up now in different ways, like ashwagandha and things that people didn't recognize before. Like now, it's like been here all the time,
Hey guys, I have to jump off because I gotta take my son to baseball practice or baseball game. He's got a game tonight.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck.
So I took a picture. I'll send it to you, Lily, because I took one of me smiling, and you can put it in so everybody else looks because half of your guys' eyes were all closed. So
I was gonna say we can smile and take a picture right now.
okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mel. Oh. Well, I think that's important, Robin, to tell people, pick an ingredient and tell them what is in it, because like Kim was saying, that there are a lot of different ingredients that are now in other things that are really popular, becoming popular, and they've been in Shakeology long. People just don't know it because, again, they think it's a protein drink.
right.
So
I thought it was quite interesting. They talked about like looking at the 5 different blends and then like differentiating how much each would be if you bought them all separately and all that. Has anybody ever tried that? I know Tony Horton has talked about it ages ago, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, there was a video done on it, and it was supposed to be like $38 a serving or something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was something really outrageous.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like $700 and something if you're to buy like all the ingredients, and then it was really outrageous.
But the other problem is that people are buying subpar supplements and believing that they're getting the same quality. Like, for instance, I don't remember who it was that was talking about specifically the prebiotics and probiotics that are in Shakeology. They are a strain that don't die before they get to your gut, which the majority of, or a good portion of probiotics don't get to your gut. They die on their way through your digestive tract, which then does not benefit you. So like, especially the ones that are refrigerated, they don't generally make it to your gut, because if you think about it from the aspect of that, you're refrigerating, something to keep it alive. Well, what temperature does it have to go through before it gets to your gut? A lot warmer than your refrigerator. So what's actually making it to your gut where it needs to do what the probiotic is designed to do? So, and that's the other thing is a lot of people, they buy yogurt that has probiotics in it, and they think, like, oh my gosh, Aldi is putting out like glorified candy bars that say probiotics on them in the refrigerated section. And it's like, I've started like taking like video clips of those and putting them into my stories and saying like, don't buy. If you want to buy it because you think it's going to taste good, great, but don't buy it because it says probiotic on it, because it's not going to do what you're wanting it to do. So you're just paying extra money for a label.
Right.
So, you know, that's the downside, is that people don't realize what they're getting.
I'm kind of curious, like, why do you guys drink Shakeology? Because I think sometimes when we reflect on why we drink it ourselves, it helps us share it with other people. Because I have to be honest, if I had to choose between pre and post workout and Shakeology, I would probably choose the Energize and Recover, because I feel like I get more out of that. But I also know that sometimes when we take stuff out of our body, that's when we notice that we miss it. And so I'm almost wondering if I need to do a little test and like not drink Shakeology for like 2 weeks and see how I feel. But I also don't want to. But anyway, I'm just curious what you guys think. Like, what does Shakeology do for you? Maybe just something to think about.
I drank an off-brand for a while, and there was a huge difference. Taste, consistency. I didn't feel the same. This just it's like there's just like a better feeling. Just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a like, you know, I don't like to be like that, but it's just the off-brand that I drank just didn't have it. Just didn't fill me up, didn't have a good taste, although I forced myself to drink it. And then I just said, forget it, and just came back, you know.
Yeah.
I started drinking it because I never ate vegetables, and I thought I'll drink this and I won't feel guilty if I eat shitty the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was over time I started eating better. I eat way more vegetables now than I did 8 years ago. I probably ate a couple a week. So,
Mm-hmm.
but people noticed. I think I noticed that because people noticed. Somebody noticed at school and said, you know, how come you have so much energy, you know, or something like that. It was that kind of a comment. And then I was like, I do have more energy, you know, like, so.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I have thought, oh, I bet if I had to choose, I would pick Energize over Shakeology. But, and when I did the reset, I didn't have Shakeology and I was okay, but that's because I was eating really well. You know, if I was eating like I normally do, not on the reset, and didn't have Shakeology, I think I would feel it.
I think when I first started to drink Shakeology, it was for the option of possibly losing weight on it. And then after like being on it for so long and learning more about it, it was like, okay, I'm really not losing any weight anymore. I think I've gotten to that point where I really need to dial it in as opposed to just changing up one meal. But then I was like, all these added vitamins and minerals and nutrients, I'm like, it's sort of like my vitamin because I don't take any vitamins. That's the only thing I do. And it took me years to get into the Energize and the Recover. And I'm sort of like now all three. I wouldn't want to give any of them up. But if I had to, I would most likely give up the Energize and Recover because for me, it could just be like, just get up and do it. Even though, you know what I mean? Like, even though you're going to be sore, even though you may not want to, like, there is a bit of mindset involved, even though I know the Energize helps. But I think the Shakeology just gives me more of almost like a whole health type of thing. It's like it's giving me a meal, and it's a meal I really enjoy. It's giving me a dessert. It's giving me, you know, all the nutrients and stuff. And I mean, honestly, like, I love it, but I can't get other people to even consider it. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. I think the cost scares people away a lot, but it's because they don't understand it. You know, again, like you said, it's trying to create that, because how many people go to Starbucks and spend $5 on a drink? So many people. And so it's like, how do you get people to understand, you know, just make it at home, make this at home. You can even put coffee in it if you want.
Yeah, I dropped 30 points in my cholesterol the first year I was on it. And I didn't lose weight. You know what I mean? I was already at my weight. So I attribute it more to that, because I also was already eating pretty similar to what I ate on Portion Fix. But and my cholesterol was never high, but I think it went from like maybe 190 to 160. I can't remember now exactly what the numbers are, but every year we have blood work for our insurance company. And I just find it fascinating to kind of watch that because I don't take additional multivitamins, but and I don't feel like I need to at this point with Shakeology. But it is like, for me, it's my treat too. Like I like it fruity and I would eat 6 purples in a day if I could. So for me, it helps like have another fruity thing. Cause I will just do water and shake it and like the tropical strawberry and do it. So, and then, it's just one of those things where now I definitely wouldn't give it up, but I also wouldn't give up the other products either. So like even like Recharge, I don't know how many people have tried Recharge, but I'm a big fan. The more I learn with this precision nutrition class and through the book I'm listening to now, Roar, all Beachbody products have things in them that are so well researched and known to work, and we've already got them. You don't have to go get these separate products. You don't have to do separate things. And I know on Recharge, I sleep better because of the sour cherry in it. That is meant to help your body create melatonin. So you're not adding artificial melatonin into you. And it helps your body produce it itself, which is the best way to go about doing things. And we already have it.
I'm not on that chapter yet.
Well, this is just from the coaching group. Are you in the Facebook groups? I highly recommend it.
I'm in the level 1. Yep.
Okay, go into the Precision Nutrition Coaches group. That's where you're really going to learn some stuff. It's like,
do I have to graduate my?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I haven't even started my books.
I like that they talked about that, just to talk about how it makes you feel and what it does for you, and so that you don't sound salesy and you don't feel like you're selling, and you might get more traction with that approach than and it's easier to share that in a natural setting as well. If you're talking about, oh man, I'm so busy and this helps me have a nutritious breakfast before I'm running out the door, otherwise I grab junk, I grab a muffin or whatever. So it definitely, for me, helps me share and not feel like I'm being salesy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I mean, yeah, all four of us drink Shakeology, and we all have our own stories behind them. So it's very easy for me to know Shakeology, and I would give up Energize and Recover before I would give up Shakeology in a heartbeat. Because I started on Shakeology. Energize and Recover didn't exist. They did have E&E and a Recover R&R. That's what it was. I think it was R&R or something like that. But and those were okay. Those were good. But I would have given those up too before I would give up my Shakeology, because I know physically I don't have a gallbladder. It helps me remain regular. It helps me mentally and emotionally. I noticed a drastic difference because when I first started, my intention was to return an empty bag in 30 days. So I drank it every other day to extend it. And I was doing Insanity at that time, the original Insanity. And I could tell the days that I drank it, because I would drink it 45 minutes before I would do my workout. Because back then my blood sugar was so jacked up and stuff. I couldn't do a fasted workout, which now I have zero issues. Haven't for years. I haven't had an issue with my blood sugar. But I had to eat before. And then if I waited too long, then my blood sugar would drop too much. So I had to be very precise about when I ate, and Shakeology made it easy. And I would know, like my workout, I could push harder during my workout and longer, and then I would recover faster. And, so that was a drastic difference. Plus my mental and emotional state shifted. And then as I've learned what it does, like as I was talking about the prebiotics, the probiotics, that makes a huge difference in your mental and emotional well-being. And what I do with all of my clients is I help them to see the difference that Shakeology is making. I ask questions to get them to think about how their digestion is, how their mental and emotional state has varied, how they're sleeping, how their hair and their nails and their skin are changing. I'm very, I ask a lot of questions when they first started. Like, so I had several people start Shakeology, and they are all noticing a drastic difference right out of the gate. And it's because I'm helping them see that. And all of them were shocked. They did not believe that this was going to make them a difference. And before I sell to, when somebody goes, oh, well, this is what I want to do, I do encourage them to do Shakeology, and I will find out before what it is that I feel like is going to help them. Like if they have digestive issues, bloating, regularity, just anything to do with gut issues, I say that this will help support them. If they have a very stressful life, if they're going through a lot of stress, I tell them that this shake will help support them during their stress, because that is what the adaptogen herbs are in there to do. So I very much like find out what it is that's going on in their world and how that shake can support them. And I always throw in that it's an easy meal that you don't even have to think about. And for them to try it for, the 30 days, and then I make sure that they have a good experience with it. I make sure that they're making it the way that they need to be making it, to find something that makes them happy, and so that they like it. And then I help them to see, as their body starts to notice, like, oh, wow, yeah, that is different. Oh yeah, that is happening. And the majority of the time, then people will remain consistent on it.
Can you put like kind of what you, like a step that you do with people in the coach group? Like, just, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all the detail, but you know what I mean? Just so like, these are the kind of things I hit with them. And like, because that's where I think what they talked about today is missing, right? Like the helping them make their shake right, and just saying, these are the points you should watch for over the next 3 weeks as you're having this daily shake. And are you noticing these certain things? You know what I mean? So if I'm just curious if you already kind of have that outlined.
I don't. Like, I am so random when it comes to like how I do my coaching. It's not good for duplication, let me tell you.
Well, let's get it duplicated right now. This is it.
We'll help you.
So just recently though, like, so these, like, since I had so many people start in this last like week and a half, they all get that Shakeology tracker. So as soon as I knew that they had their shakes, the first thing I do is I send them, I say, you need to make yourself make a recipe, make a shake, blend it. And I literally go to beachbodyondemand.com/blog, and I go Shakeology recipes. And then when it pulls up that page of all the different articles, I copy and paste that. And I say, here are a ton of recipes. And since I've been having people do the samplers, they have multiple flavors to try. So that gives them all the different recipes. And then I also direct them to that tracker dealy.
What's the tracker they get?
They get like a 30-day tracker that asks them about like their digestion and all different things. I can't remember anymore.
We must have access to that, right?
It's called the Quick Start Nutrition Guide. They talked about it on the call today. And it's in every challenge pack. And that was what they talked about, was talking like you do, Bev. They talked about finding out what didn't work for them before, and what they had tried in the past, and how Shakeology could help them in the future. And then they do have them fill out that Quick Start Nutrition Guide every day.
I don't know if it's in here. Actually,
they have that in the challenge group guides. It mentions that that Shakeology log and tracker.
Yeah, it was like a separate little insert. I don't know. I always throw them away because like I'm like I've had these like 5 million times. But yeah, This was the thing that she was talking about on the call today, but, which like I have a bazillion of these, the guide to
That was a
nutrition. No,
Quick, well, it said quick start nutrition guide on the front.
Yeah, one gal did have that book, but I think you're talking about the other.
Yeah, that one, Kim.
which one?
The one
Yeah,
that Kim
does
has.
it open
And
it up?
also, you can also get it digitally too.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
have that too.
Because I talked with some people about printing it out when we were
Yeah, I
doing.
got that too.
You and I were doing our group.
Let me see if it's in here. Because no, it used to be like this, like it was like one of the flyers like they have for the performance supplements, except instead of like just all the different things that the performance supplements do, it was just Shakeology, and it literally had like a little grid, and it has like checkpoints for
I found it. So it's in our, is it like that? It's hard to see.
I don't know.
Yeah, like here's a grid where it shows you check off different things by the day.
Yes, that's
So
exactly
this is in the
it.
toolkit in our back office, but I don't know how you'd print it.
Is
Well,
this the
so
thing that you're talking about? This
Yes,
Shakeology
open,
change starts here.
open that
Yeah,
up. and
that's it.
It should have it, I think,
This
right
thing.
there. Yes. So those questions, those are the questions, like those not questions, but those
Okay.
touch points are the things that I communicate with my people and kind of ask them if they're noticing any difference. Generally speaking, within 1 to 3 days, people will notice the difference in, to me, like when they said that, oh, well, people won't notice the difference in a day. I'm sorry, but I did not agree with that, because there are people that will notice in a day that there was something different. Like they may have been actually fuller than what they realized that they've ever been. That's usually like a big one. Like they've never had a shake that filled them up for the length of time. Or or they will notice like a bit more energy. Like they didn't have as much of an energy dip as what they have normally in the afternoon. Or they begin to notice difference in their cravings within like 3 days. They'll notice like a craving difference. And they'll notice that they start to crave Shakeology instead of the sugar and the fats and the salts. They may still have that a little bit, but all of a sudden they're like wanting the shake more and more. And that's also the prebiotics and the probiotics changing their gut health and what they're in their palate too. Especially if they're removing the processed foods and the fats and all that stuff, it happens even faster.
Oh, they have the wellness tracker on its own in the back office.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's this.
Yes.
So
Okay, how
It's
does
that
everybody have that? Because I don't get any booklets in my Shakeology.
I
Challenge packs.
I just got this with the challenge pack.
Yeah, that's when it
With
comes.
my,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when it comes. So every new client that you get that gets Shakeology will receive one of those.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm going to start referring to it then, because then they will know to actually open it, right? And not just
Yes.
throw it in the recycle bin.
Yeah.
Open it and start to fill it out and
Yeah.
send you pictures.
Fantastic.
That's what I started to do, because then it gives them a place to actually like focus daily on these points. And I'm not sitting there asking them every single day. Not that I do that, but
Yeah.
so, and then also they do have the wonderful questions on the back of the Shakeology, or on the back of the old tracker, the paper tracker, the Shakeology questions that you can ask. Those are basically the questions that I ask. I just do it in a way that it relates to me, because what I've seen. So yeah, pretty much it.
Okay. I got to copy this compliance thing.
You got to
too.
go, Kim?
I think I'm going to jump on the
Thank you.
compliance call too.
That was
yeah.
a great call. Lots of good info.
Does anybody else have it on the compliance call?
What's the
Yeah, I'm gonna jump
compliance
over
call?
I am.
Yeah,
What's a compliance call? How do I not know about this?
Beachbody compliance call. Kim put it in the chat.
Oh,
There's a link in the chat. It was, I put it in the Made for More group. It's Team Dynamite. They invited us to be on
Oh.
with them. They have a person from compliance answering questions.
gotcha. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna hop on there too, so I'll see you guys virtually.
All
in a
right,
minute.
see you guys there.
Bye.
All right, see you
So,
there.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
I don't know how to leave.
I'm the same way.
I'm like, how do I get out of here? Okay, bye. I think.